How are you all? Back to the coins alert. Get your coin fix at home. I hope everyone is having a great day. Today is April 26th, Saturday. It really feels like Sunday. I love having 3 days off every week. You forget how much time has passed. We have a lot to talk about today because there is a lot of news about XRP, a new ETF from Brazil, which is going to be huge. Monique Long is going to talk to us. So let's look at the worst thing that could happen with XRP. You need to know what could happen in the market, folks. After that, we'll talk more about this ETF. We're going to talk about who did it, what does it do, why does Brazil want to lead, where did this even come from? Because this is the key event. Does XRP really get bought and held here? We're also going to talk about what it might mean for the price or where ETFs are likely to go next. This is the main part of the XRP bull cycle. So don't wait any longer. Sit back, take it easy, and get a coffee. It might be a little too quick to jump into a Bitcoin, $94,330. It's down about 0.5% right now. At the moment, Ethereum, which is worth $1,797, is up 4%. Both USDT and USDC are coming in at the same value of $1. XRP is currently in fourth place. Its total market cap is $2.20, which is down 0.08% in the last 24 hours. It is back above its all-time high from 2020, now at $2.9 quadrillion. Never forget that the $3 trillion mark is the mental wall we need to break through. What's next? I told you yesterday that I would do it again. Bitcoin can go in two different directions. The weekly will be here tomorrow, which is very interesting because the monthly will be here on Wednesday. Tomorrow we get the week. We were able to close over 95,000. It's going to 100K. If that support level is broken, we'll probably see a small drop back into the $80,000 area. Still, it's not too bad, is it? Remember that this is a bull cycle and run, but there will still be some downs along the way. There will be more green than red though. This was made by Crypto Insight, and I agree with it. He's calling out rings like, is this a joke? Seeing him is a lot like seeing Jeremy O'Leary on a panel with Brad Garlinghouse at Davos 3 years ago. Jeremy also told Brad about Ripple and said that we could use a payment system like yours. Scale our SafeCoin business, and now Jeremy is coming out and asking, why has no one thought of this before? Why hasn't anyone tried to fix the money system and bring blockchain and DLT together? This is not true. All of these guys are liars. Or maybe we should say manipulators. It's clear that Jeremy Alert knows what Ripple is up to. It's a joke that he's talked about this overseas. But what do you know? Competition is good because it pushes Ripple to work faster and hire more people. Get as many partners and people as possible to use Ripple's payment solutions, the XRP ledger, or ETH with the safe coins. Let's do this twice, 3 times, 4 times. There are more people who can show the world that it works, the more people who use it, and that it is a huge improvement over how money is moved today. The more partners we get on board with the idea that they will eventually use XRP. To wrap up this breaking news, Monica Long, president of Ripple, said that Ripple would provide the layer that banks would need to connect to and use the XRP system. Pay attention. It's not likely that old systems like banks will be able to connect straight to the blockchain. There needs to be some connecting tissue there. That's what we offer. So what does it mean to have infrastructure? It includes things like switching from paper currency money used in the real world to digital asset currency. Those are ramps. On the other hand, off-ramps would be safe custody. Giving stable coins and even services for institutions to tokenize assets is what it does. In other words, it gives them that extra layer of services they need. Besides that, the company began when 3 workers made the XRP ledger that we were talking about. Because of this, we've always believed in creating use cases that would take advantage of how efficient XRP ledger is. The services I'm talking about, and the ways that financial companies can use them, are Monica is calling. Banks will be able to join to the XRP ledger, and even the EVM sidechain through Ripple, which will make it possible to use RLUSD. It's like, I don't want to ruin your Sunday morning, but I want you to know, that's something that everyone should know. In the short term, XRP could go back down to $25. Here's how this is broken down. To be clear, he means that XRP needs to confirm that we haven't hit the bottom yet. Above 233 and 245, which is the top edge of the bull market support band, we need to close. This will help calm people's worries about a big retest. The Fibonacci level at 0.0702 is very important because it lines up with a major breakout pattern from the past. In this way, he speaks. I am going to blow it up. You can see his backup band over here. This is what I'll say. I don't agree. I don't think XRP will have a big bounce around $24. We know how these crypto markets work, so Bitcoin would have to drop along with it. While the rest of the crypto market keeps going up, XRP isn't just going to go down and test itself again. BTC is going to $100,000. This test would be really hard, because XRP could fall off the edge here if Bitcoin goes to the low 80,000 range, which is still a long shot at this point, and get to the area around $65. Could I be counting on it? Not really, no. Maybe $1.50 to $2, where we still see support. Remember that XRP hasn't been able to break out of this range, and we saw a new range for XRP form between 220 and 226. That's where we're stuck right now. Once that range is broken, we didn't have crazy resistance from 250 to $3. As soon as that area is broken, prices will quickly rise to the $4 rate. I'm paying close attention to XRP and the charts. I want to see a breakout on this thing very soon, because we may have a ridiculously good chance of reaching that $4, $5 goal. But we need to get this breakout first. It needs to take place. Things need to start going up for Bitcoin, and we have some great news that can help. This is X's first XRP ETF on the Brazilian stock exchange. It's called XRP-H1. This came out yesterday, April 25th. What does it matter? Well, this is a big step forward for XRP and the use of cryptocurrencies in general. We're giving buyers a safe way to get exposure to XRP without actually owning it. It's interesting that Brazil did it before the US, since the US is still waiting for its XRP ETF approval. Who is doing it? Have tags. In Brazil they have other ETFs. Bitcoin is with them. Ethereum and Solana now have XRP. It's pretty cool that this is their 9th crypto ETF. What kind of people are these for? I find it pretty amazing. I know what you're all wondering. Are there big investors and smart investors looking for a safe way to get into crypto? Let us think about it now. You should do this if you want to get more people to know about crypto and make money, since that's the whole point of trading crypto. Are you going to buy an XRP ETF or a Bitcoin ETF? Which one is better? Take a moment to think about that. How will this ETF change the price of XRP? That's the main question everyone wants to know. Okay, yes and no are the answers. It will raise institutional demand, which is a huge amount. A huge amount of the money that comes here comes from institutions. Okay, hashtags. This ETF will put 95% of its money into XRP spot futures or products that are similar to them. We saw $37.7 million come into XRP-related funds just last week. Which of these crypto exchange-traded products has seen the most money come in? This only tells us one thing: more and more people are interested in and want XRP. The truth is that they will hold XRP here, which is very important. This will help stop a lot of XRP from being used for hashdashes, XRP-H1. And when people know what's going on, there is less supply on platforms, which could lead to a supply shock if demand starts to rise. Based on the amount of people coming over right now, just in the last week alone, there have been a record 36.7 million. There is interest, which means the supply is locked up. Demand raises both supply and demand. Yes, add that little bit of guesswork on top. The cost will begin to rise. On top of that, the US has 19 ETFs that are still waiting to be approved. Every single